If there's one man who unapologetically rocks his retirement status like a crown, it's Shaquille O'Neal. You can't elude two things when you decide to quit a prolific sport like basketball. You either remain on the front seat or you take the back seat. Shaquille O'Neal, a.k.a. Shaq, a.k.a. the Big Aristotle, is one out of the two ex-basketball players who haven't dangled off the top of the popularity chain, despite having retired from the NBA. Plus, what if we told you that Shaq probably grew richer after retirement? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'll be talking about the millionaire lifestyle of Shaquille O'Neal after retirement. With all that being said, let's get right into the video. Shaquille O'Neal was born on March 6, 1972 in Newark, New Jersey, to Lucille O'Neal and Joe Toney. He, however, never knew his father because he was still a baby when his father was arrested for possession of drugs. Apparently, his father was a drug addict. And even after Joe Toney was released from prison, he never gave a thought to Shaq. Notwithstanding it, Shaq soon found a father figure in Philip Harrison, a sergeant in the U.S. Army. His mother, Lucille, had married him when Shaq was 2 years old. Meanwhile, since Shaq grew up to be so tall, many people wondered if it had anything to do with the father he never knew. It turned out that Shaq's biological father was 6'1", while his mother was 6'2". At the ages of 13 and 16, Shaq stood proudly at 6'6" and 6'10", respectively. At this time, Shaq began to show great interest in basketball. He attended Robert G. Cole High School and led the school to the state championship in his senior year. Shaq's big break in basketball happened at Louisiana State University, where he became a two-time SEC Player of the Year and a two-time All-American as well. In 1991, he won the Adolph Rupp Trophy as the NCAA Men's Basketball Player of the Year. In 1992, he joined the Orlando Magic and won Rookie of the Year, a year before joining the Los Angeles Lakers in 1996. He left the Los Angeles Lakers in 2004 for the Miami Heat, where he stayed for another 4 years. Between 2008 and 2009, he played for the Phoenix Suns. He left the Phoenix Suns in 2009, made his way to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and finally landed on the Boston Celtics between 2010 and 2011. To speak for him after his retirement in 2011, this includes an MVP award, 3 All-Star Game MVP awards, 14 All-NBA team selections, 15 All-Star Game selections, 3 Finals MVP awards, and 3 NBA All-Defensive Team selections. According to research, 6 out of 10 players in the NBA experience money issues 5 years after leaving basketball. It's been more than 10 years since Shaq retired, but his legacy keeps growing strong. In Shaq's case, you can take the man out of the basketball, but you can't take the basketball out of the man. Although retired from the NBA, Shaq presently works as a co-host on TNT's award-winning show Inside the NBA, starring alongside Ernie Johnson, Kevin Smith, and the famous Charles Barkley. Studies show that the former NBA star used to earn $292 million as his salary during his NBA career. That's definitely huge when compared to the $60 million or so that the former NBA star currently earns from endorsements and other business ventures. However, standing atop a net worth of $400 million with a fleet of custom-made bikes and vehicles, real estate, and a string of business brands, $292 million might not be that much of a big deal anymore. Shaq's car collection boasts of his first impulse buy of 3 Bentleys. According to Hot Cars, the salesman had questioned his ability to purchase just one of the Bentleys, and Shaq had angrily purchased an additional 2. His 17-car garage holds mostly custom luxury vehicles, ranging from Lamborghinis to a Ferrari. Shaq is also the owner of an F-650 pickup truck, which he spent about $60,000 on for customizations. You'd be surprised to find out that although Shaq has these many cars, he has a special thing for one in particular, his customized Vador. Most of Shaq's vehicles feature his signature Superman S logo, which makes them stand out anywhere he goes. Shaq might be big, but that's never deterred him for his love of bikes. Due to his ginormous size, these bikes have to come in custom-made, which would obviously leave a dent in his bank account. But there's no stopping Shaq from getting what he wants. Shaq specifically rides Dirty Sixer, a bike brand that costs about $5,000, and his customized Orange County chopper bike. Speaking of larger rides, the former NBA player owns a $10 million yacht, which, when it isn't sitting on the dock looking pretty, is the host to Shaq's monthly vacations, which usually incurs an additional $100,000. Shaq's favorite places to go on vacation include Florida, Mexico, and the Bahamas, especially with his entire family. Inside the yacht are a casual dining area, the main lounge with piano and cocktail tables, and a really large chandelier. On the sun deck are a pool, fully stocked bar, and a retractable glass roof. The yacht also features a fully sized spa room with a sauna. The yacht can take about 40 people, and also has an installed lighting system that enhances its look, especially on the outside. On a more interesting side of things, the Big Aristotle didn't just spend money on rides, contrary to popular opinion. The man also loves his fast food. According to the franchise king, Shaq co-owns 155 Five Guys burger locations, 17 Auntie Anne's locations, and at least 9 Papa John's locations. The former NBA star also has a list of business brands. He's presently the second largest individual shareholder at ABG. As icing on the cake, he owns a shopping center, a movie theater, multiple Las Vegas nightclubs, 150 car washes, and 40 24-hour fitness gyms. The aforementioned hints at the fact that over the years, Shaq has heavily been investing in real estate as well. According to Celebrity Net Worth, before Shaq moved into his current residence, he sold his 35,000 square foot mansion in Orlando, as well as a $2.5 million mansion in LA. Inside the Orlando mansion, Shaq had a 6,000 square foot court where he practiced basketball. On the walls of the court were memorabilia from Shaq's days at Miami Heat and the LA Lakers. The Orlando mansion also featured a 95-foot-long swimming pool where you could find a swim-up bar and a rock waterfall. Today, Shaq resides in a 14.3-acre compound in McDonough, Georgia, which is about 30 miles outside of Atlanta. Inside the compound are 2 houses. The first contains 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and the second contains 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, including a pool and jacuzzi structured between both houses. The property also features a 10-person movie theater, a weight room, game room, and a remarkable treehouse. Moving on to small-sized, but still lavish purchases, the 50-year-old ex-NBA star knows his watches. He owns a watch collection that features the Royal Oak offshore chronograph from Audemars Piguet, which has an octagonal design and a satin brush polished finish. Also, let's not forget that Shaq also partnered with the Invicta Watch Group. The Big Aristotle might be retired, but his trend of doing everything big definitely isn't. However, we hope that his impulse buying becomes something he does a little less often. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you can get more updates when we release videos like this one. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.